When it comes to claims, low-quality papers often have one thing in common. They put the focus in the wrong spot. This is often what happens when you get comments on your drafts like, buried claims, too much summary, claim is unclear, or, even worse, where's the argument? What often happens is that you have a perfectly good claim in your body paragraph, right here, but it's hiding out in back. But your focus is on explaining your evidence. Oh look, squirrel! And it takes up all the space in the frame. Don't get me wrong, proof is great, but when you're writing an academic argument, you have to foreground your claims, not your evidence. Evidence is great, but remember, it's the supporting actor, not the lead role. To prevent squirrel-focused papers, you need to keep from losing your focus, and you can do that if you keep two things in mind. First, where you focus your paper is largely determined by how you organize your thoughts. And secondly, remember that whatever comes first in a body paragraph gets interpreted as the focus. Okay, it's time to look at an example of a squirrel paper and how you can fix it. Let's say that your instructor wants a rhetorical analysis of an advertisement. Remember that the word analysis means to break down into little pieces, specifically so you can explain how all those little pieces work. To do a rhetorical analysis means to break down the rhetorical moves into little pieces to explain how they work. Let's use this pedigree dog food ad from several years ago. A realistically rendered but comical picture story of an overweight dog stuck in a back door, with his hind end sticking out, only to have a cat graffiti their back end with a smiley face and purple paint. The tag at the bottom, "Perhaps it's time to turn to Pedigree Light Dog Food," announces the product and the solution for this overweight pooch. The ad's clearly meant to be humorous, and the paint on the dog's butt does make you snicker, but it doesn't sit right with you. It seems mean. So you decide to write your paper on it. So let's say you have a great thesis that the dog door ad relies on body shaming and bullying tropes by ridiculing overweight dogs, but then it comes time to write your main body points. So you decide on, first, a dog is stuck in a dog door. Next, the dog has paint on its posterior. Third, the cat has painted the dog. Sorry, but this paper is already in trouble. Each paragraph starts with a statement of fact and evidence, not a claim. So this is going to become a squirrel paper. Look, there he goes. Your next attempt divides up the analysis by looking at the ethos and pathos appeals in different sections, and you finish up with a couple of paragraphs explaining how the cat versus dog relationship in the ad mirrors bullying relationships among school children. That's a great idea, but why did you hide all of it in the conclusion? Oh look, there's the squirrel. Instead, make sure that the focus of each section and the opening sentence or two showcase your interpretation and not just your observations. So you settle on this version. One paragraph explains that the cat bully in the ad makes the bullying seem really humorous. The second paragraph explains that the ad's visuals maximize the humiliation of the cat's victim, the dog. Third, the text in the ad implies that the dog's humiliation is the owner's fault. Finally, this leaves the viewer to either side with the bully or feel shame for the dog, and both make out obesity to be shameful. Now, this outline focuses on your specific claims, not just facts or description. We'll call this one Certified Squirrel-Free. There are a couple of tendencies you should be aware of to keep your claims to the front. One is to resist the need to put your points in chronological order. Unless your argument is cause and effect or explication, your points don't need to follow order of appearance. In an analysis, you're breaking it up into pieces. You can put those pieces in whatever order you want. Instead, follow the logic of your claims first. Which claims feel like subpoints to the other claims? Which makes the most sense to cover first? Which claim makes for a more natural conclusion? All right, so that's how you front your claims and organize a good paper. So for today's dirty little writing secret, here's a clue of how to tell if you're not fronting those claims. If you feel like you're repeating the same ideas in multiple paragraphs. If you keep returning to the same points over and over again, that's often a good indication that you're organizing by the wrong things. Maybe those things you keep repeating should be gathered together into one paragraph of their own.
boy.